Hello, hello. We are so grateful and happy that you are here with us today. I am Nancy White, the host of the show, The Healthy Sales Chick, and our discussions are going to include attributes, tips, suggestions for acquiring and maintaining that healthy mind, body, and spirit. We have a special guest, Jean Crosta, and she is the queen of inner guidance application. You'll learn more about that. And our topic's going to be, why is it advantageous to tune into our inner being? A lot of times we don't stop to even think about that, but Jean's going to share with us some ways that we can learn to tune into that. We're going to talk about, does tuning into our inner being change who we are? Does tuning into our inner being make us work faster and more exacting? And also, how does tuning into my inner being benefit me and all that I hold dear? So Jean believes that you can change your outcome right where you are using the resources freely available within you. Welcome, Jean. We're so glad that you're here with us this evening.
Thank you, Nancy. And it's wonderful to be on your show.
I know. I'm so excited. Jean, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about her. She is a recognized expert on how to make big impacts being truly who you are. And she teaches individual creators just like you the awareness of conscious creating, making a difference right where you are, and enjoying heart-centered results in a way that completely seems like natural, the next logical steps. And Jean managed and closed sales and pipelines, credit and investment sales in millions. And her experience include working in large corporations like TD and with individuals going through life transitions. Jean, I am so grateful you're here, but I have to ask you this first question. What really led you into this line of business that you're in right now?
Well, Nancy, it was a question I asked myself in my 40s, early 40s. I said, do I see myself retiring where I am? And that was a resounding no. And along with that came the question, what next? We learn over time that it's something we discover and grow into. It's like our parents when we were small. They would always buy shoes and dresses, 2 sizes larger because we'd fit into them. That's how our dreams are. They're always 2 sizes larger because we have to grow into, but they're tailor-made for us. I was a coach, but I was so scared to listen to my own inner voice. So, cut short the story, that journey of fear of listening to our inner voice to then saying, okay, it's like, okay, is this what I got to do? What only seemed right was the message inside my heart, which is tell people like it is. Tell people like it is. From that information was born change your outcomes, which is pivoting and having successful turns continuously with vibrational clarity. What it means is at the bottom of it, you really know how you're thinking and the essence of why you want. Once you're clear, paths start opening up. So Nancy, if that helps, that was my journey from a successful retail advisor in banking to now a chief expansion officer of Change Your Outcomes.
I love it. I feel like clapping for you. And I love the part where you said, tell people like it is. So I can't wait to talk a little bit about our first topic. Does tuning into our inner being really change who we are?
So when you understand our inner being, I'm going to give you 3 definitions. And for those of you who are listening, this is not something you can Google and find, okay? One is character. So character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to each individual. So there's no one size fits all and one paintbrush that you can rub across everyone. Our character and our moral qualities are distinctive to each one of us, depending on our upbringing, our mental makeup, our backgrounds, so many things, right? Second is spirit. So spirit is nothing but the non-physical part of us, which is the seat of our character and emotions, the soul. Again, this is from the dictionary. What is spirit? It's just that non-physical part of us. So we agree we are physical, right? Our body, our minds. Mm-hmm. But there's something that wakes us up every morning, something that's working inside our body, keeping us healthy, something that makes us want to do more, something that gives us emotions, sadness, happiness. What is that something? That is that non-physical part of us, which is the seed of our emotions and character. That is the soul. And now we're going to start making that countable, tangifying that. That's a new word I came up today with, tangifying that. So When you understand your character, when you understand your spirit, which is the non physical part of you, your character and your emotions, and when you understand spirituality is nothing but addressing this non physical part, which you do often, you do maybe several times a day. So
Mhm.
you asked me, does tuning in change who we really are, tuning into our inner being? Now that you know what our inner being is, it's that non physical part of us. You will know the more you tune into yourself, it doesn't change who you are. You just get to know yourself better.
So, as far as going along with, tuning in to, our inner being, you know, when we talk about how it could benefit me and all that I hold dear, I think that, as we continue to do that, it is building us up and we're becoming our very best. But tell me some ways that you really have seen those changes. And then just, I'd love for you to share some tips on just some things, because sometimes people are going, she said all that, and I know what she's saying is true, but I'm not really sure how I can, start incorporating this.
Awesome. So one of the things that we know, we're born in this earth and we're born with our, friends, family, certain relationships, attachment, and also attachment to our productivity. If you're in the right business, we truly resonate with how we produce in terms of time, effort, money. When we're not in line with, our benefit, our calling, our true worth of how we contribute, we have that edginess of, oh my God, I hate this, I hate my life, I hate my job. And I've been there, right? So I know the difference between how both these scenarios feel. Everything that you hold dear, not only you know, but your inner being knows.
I love the way that you take that in, including others. And we all know that, what you just described was the perfect kind of scenario too. And I know without a doubt that you have probably come across that in your practice too. And so what would be a tip or a suggestion when, sometimes it is a little bit more challenging, for people just to be able to tune the negative out, tune those different things out, and again, to be able to nurture your own inner being.
I'm going to use the great book says, taste and see, like honey in the rock, sweet honey in the rock.
Mm-hmm.
When you learn to tune into your inner being and trust, you will find that things suddenly seem easy. Not because you're not doing anything, on the contrary, you are doing what will work at that moment. You are the physical actor in this world. So, as much as our inner being is in tune with the universe, with God, knows what's best for you, if you're not tuned in, it ain't happening. Sometimes we tend to push our hunger away because let me finish one more task. Oh, take a break, listen to
Mm-hmm.
that. So, my tip would be, Nancy, taking the time to tune in to yourself, to your inner being, listen to the nudges n number of times a day. You will never be led wrong.
Absolutely, I agree. And that when it says to be still and know, that's when you just again have to stop for just a few minutes and just refocus and change your environment, especially when you start feeling that anxiety start coming up from your stomach and it starts creeping up. That is the best indicator for just to stop for a few minutes and get refocused, regrouped, and then just to see, so I cannot believe how fast our time has gone by. They got to taste and see a little bit of you today. And so, but tell me what's coming up for you and how can people get in touch with you?
One of the ways I do it is through my webinar this Thursday and the next, where I really break down these concepts a little bit more into what is vibration and why staying positive helps. And you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn, or I can put a link in the chat for just a call with me to know what your inspired journey looks like.
That's so kind and loving. And until the next time, I'm Nancy White, your host of your show. And I encourage you to stay healthy, mind, body, and spirit.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Nancy. It was wonderful chatting with you today.